Alright, super duper good morning, my gorgeous Insta fam. So happy to see you in the morning today. Thank you. I love it. Somebody just wrote, Wednesday means you. Oh, that is so sweet. God bless you. Thank you so much for that. Let's see who all are in the room. Very good morning to Arunadati, Swati, Ronika, Sweet Temptation 40, Arpita, Nisa, Priya, Seema, Saubana to the entire gang here. So happy to see you working week after week on your ability to become a better human being, your ability to handle your emotions better, your ability to actually associate with people by responding rather than reacting. I really hope you've started to notice the difference that starts to come into our personality when we start to input better things in our life. So a lot of times when people say, Puja, how do I make that shift? How do I transform? It doesn't happen overnight. It happens by you consistently showing up every Wednesday, consistently doing all the work that is needed to build that power in your personality. So, wanted to begin with that because I just want to give a round of applause to each one of you here who tirelessly every week shows up to become a better person. I feel like only 1% of the world even feels the need that they want to be a better person. Most people in this world are operating from, if they change, my life will become better. 99% of the world operates from that energy. Only 1% knows the secret that when we change, the world around us changes. So, congratulations for being that 1%. Alright, let's go into the questions of today. Sonam, ma'am, you look better without this filter, not able to connect to my real Puja. I agree. I'm with you on that thought, okay? So, sometimes I like to use different filters just for the fun of it to make my life interesting, to be very honest. It has nothing to do with you, so don't worry at all. Just enjoy the audio. Just don't care about the video for yourself today, okay? So for each one of you here, one of the things about life is it's okay to have your opinion and it's okay to have your preferences. But when somebody chooses to do things differently, you take the best out of it and leave what doesn't suit you. A lot of us are waiting for the distractions to be out of our life for us to become successful. The truth is we have to maneuver our distractions. So I agree, for some of you today, my eyes are definitely going to be a distraction because the name of this filter is fox eyes. So clearly these are not my eyes, these are fox eyes. I'm enjoying it actually. I like the look. So every week I'm going to use one new filter just to keep myself entertained. After a while I just need to, you'll see a change in hairstyle sometimes, you'll see a change in makeup, sometimes I'll do, it's just to keep it interesting, okay? So for those of you who don't like the filter, learn to ignore the filter. Those of you who love the filter, fabulous. I know some of you are putting, Puja, love your eye makeup today, Puja, loving your eyes today. Thank you. Doesn't matter either which ways, okay? Come here for the conversation. How I look is just bonus for all of you. Sonam, what all did you do from the time you wake up till now spiritually? I was just talking to my dad, and as I was talking to him, as we were putting down the phone, he said, this is exactly what you're going to speak in your Insta live, right? I said, yes. So he said, you can thank me for the rehearsal, because literally he just gave me a rehearsal. So the reason I'm saying this to you is, I am a big believer that we have to have routines and rituals in our life for us to become stronger, okay? Too many of us give too much focus on what the routine and ritual should be. And that is where we get stuck. Okay, so a lot of people, if I tell them you have to do gratitude, what time puja, how many, should I write it or should I say it? They want to know the right way. What if I told you there's no right way? It is just building power in your personality by doing it. Now you do it in your style. Each one of us is different, right? I always say this, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. That's because I'm married to a golfer. I don't have any little children. We can eat dinner at 6 o'clock and sleep by 8:30 because our life is just the two of us. So whatever suits us, we can create. But if I was in a joint family or my children were small, could have I slept at 8:30? Could have I woken up at 4:30? Absolutely no chance. So I want each one of you to create a list of things, okay? Now, if you don't have any idea where to start from what I call savers. S for silence, A for affirmation, V for visualization, E for exercise, R for reading, S for scribing. For those of you who couldn't follow it, Google Savers by Hal Elrod. Okay, great guy. He wrote a book called The Morning Miracle. And then just start to do that. Now don't try to get it right. Just sit in your silence. 3 minutes is also beautiful. 30 minutes is also beautiful. You want to sit on the sofa or you want to sit on the ground? I'm okay with either which ways. You want to do your silence by focusing on your breathing or you want to do your silence by focusing on a flame? I'm totally okay with it. Don't get stuck in how. Just know that, you know what, every single day I have a, let's say, a jar. Okay, and this jar basically is my power of my life, and by doing a habit I'm adding power to my jar. So 1 power, 2 power, 3 power, 4 power, 5 power, 5 rituals done every day consistently gives me 5 power. You can become 6 power, 7 power, 8 power. How strong do you want to be as a person? You just keep adding more routines and rituals to your life. The more in control you feel over your life through your discipline of life, the more stronger a person you become, the more faster you manifest because your vibrational energy goes up. The more people treat you with respect, because one of the things in this world that gets a lot of disrespect is discipline. Anybody with discipline, anybody you can depend on, automatically pulls respect out of you. Okay, so see if you can start to build power in your personality through different things. This could be spending 15 minutes with your child. This could be making sure that every day never having dirty utensils in the sink before you sleep. You can create anything, depends on your life and what you do. Okay, I do a lot of self-development work, so all of my routines and rituals are around self-development. Okay, for you, the routines and rituals can be around your family life. It can be around your housework. It could just be that, you know, this particular drawer I will clean on every Wednesday. Every Wednesday after Puja's Insta Live, I'm going to keep this drawer clean. Over the week, it gets messed up. Again, on Wednesday, I'm going to clean it. Again, it gets messed up. Again, Wednesday. You know what? The thing is to bring in some system in your life where on a certain time, I had heard Jay Shetty say this very beautifully. He said, location has energy. I think something like this. Location has energy. That means, and time also something. Location has, I can't remember the exact sentence. I'll put it on my stories. I'll find it for you guys. But what he meant was that the same location and the same time, when you do anything every day, location has memory, time has energy. I think that was the drill. So location has memory and time has energy. The minute you sit in a certain location, you will start to act whatever you have pre-programmed into that place. Okay, so I'd love for you to start to form locations in your house. This is my work location. This is my sitting and relaxing, being unproductive location. This is my exercise location. This is my reading location. This is my, and start to build memory in that place so that whenever you sit there, any habit you do becomes pre-programmed and you automatically start to desire to do it because it is set. And time, I want you to start to use the same time every day, because then your body starts to speak to you at that same time for the same thing. How many of us know our hunger knows our timeline? So if every day you eat at 12:30, at 12:30 there is something that makes you go, oh, I'm feeling hungry. You shift that to 2 o'clock, it can be moved to 2 o'clock. Yeah? Fabulous. So for you to start to do a systemized morning routine, start with savers, my sweetheart. I hope that answered your question. Yeah, I have the same pens and pencils. Good. Now you please have the same power also. Nikki Narula, how do I forgive my mother-in-law? I practice and pray every day, but it's not helping. Nikki, you know what? The more you want to understand, the more you want to forgive, first you have to understand what is forgiveness. Okay. Sometimes we think that forgiveness is us saying that what you did was okay. Absolutely not true. Okay. How do you forgive a person? You forgive a person when you say, what you did was not okay, but I understand today why you may have done it. What you did was not okay, but I understand today why you may have done it. And Nikki, I want your forgiveness to come from a place of understanding, not that it was okay what she did. Okay. So let's say I catch someone stealing bread. What they are doing is not okay. But if I ask them, why were you stealing bread? And they said, I have 2 little children and a sick husband at home, so I stole this bread to be able to feed them. Can that whole action get a little more justified because I understand their reasoning now? Yes, right? So I'd love for you to start to understand why people do what they do for you to be able to go to the point of forgiveness. Now, once you have forgiveness is a decision we make to return to inner peace. You know, when people say, I'm very intelligent, I'm very smart, or people who are considered intelligent and smart, for me, a person who cannot use his intelligence to return to inner peace is not intelligent at all. If your intelligent is just you being Google Baba, that's not what's going to impress me. I want to know whether you can use your intelligence to keep your inner peace. Which means, can you use your mind, your brain, to explain to yourself why someone would have done something, because the minute we understand people, we forgive people faster. If we are not able to understand them, we cannot forgive them. There is a wall of separateness when we cannot understand someone. The minute we understand someone, becomes very easy to forgive them. Two more things I'll add to this. Every time you are forgiving, you don't have to forget, Meri Jaan. Okay, so you remember that your mom-in-law is like this only. I don't want you to forget it, because the minute you'll forget it, she'll irritate you. Now let's say you have to forgive her on the choice of words she lands up using on you or the family. Let's say that's your forgiveness. Once you forgive her and you accept that this lady does not know how to talk. Okay, she has not been taught in her life. Her parents used to talk harshly. She talks harshly. That's just her style. That's her tonality. Maybe she doesn't even mean any harm. I don't know. You'll have to go and see in her personality, does she mean harm or not. But maybe she doesn't mean harm, but she doesn't know how to talk. Now, once this fact is established, do you need every day to tell yourself that this is true? Every single day? No, now you know that. So next time when she says something, can you go back to this reality that, okay, she doesn't know how to talk, Baba. Otherwise, what's going to happen? Every day she will hurt you. Every day you will struggle with forgiveness. Yesterday you forgave her, but today you can't forgive her because again she's done something new. Correct? I would rather that you start to establish the fact this lady does not know how to talk. However, she's the mother of my husband who I love a lot. Do I love him more or do I hate her more? No, I love him more. Okay. So on this one point, I'm going to keep forgiving her every day because I love him more than I hate her. Now you've created a story in your head where forgiving will become easy for you. Okay. Once you have that, do you need to love what she does? Do you need to start to own what she does? Do you need to stop getting hurt on what she does? No, it will still hurt you. Just that earlier it used to hurt you and keep you out of mood the whole day. Then it became 1 hour. Now it is 5 minutes. Again, she'll open her mouth. It will hurt you because you know what? Your value system is not aligned, and anytime our value system is not aligned, we will get hurt. You cannot get over the hurt. But today you have a better story. She is like that only. She's the mother of my husband. I choose to love him more than I choose to hate her. Therefore, I forgive her. So every day then when you pray, know that you're saying I'm practicing praying every day. Every day in your prayers, you have to give yourself that same story so that you can get out of it. Okay. A time should come on this journey where literally it will stop mattering because you've evolved to a place where she can't touch you anymore because your stories become so powerful. So people who can affect us at our vibration level of 5 because they are on 3, when we reach 7 or 8, they can't touch us. You can think of people in your life that you used to be upset about, today have no power to upset you. Rather you look back and laugh कि यार पता नहीं मैंने इनको इतनी power क्यों दी थी. Correct? Same will happen with your mother-in-law. A time will come where her impact on you will become so less because you've outgrown your need for her validation, her approval, her giving you the importance, that was a desire or an expectation of love there. But in forgiving her, you've let go of that and said, you know what? Lately I've been using this sentence a lot. A good relationship in a family is just that it's not a bad relationship. A good relationship in a family is just that it's not a bad relationship. A lot of times we think a good relationship should be us getting involved and deeply connected to one another. Not true. Especially at a family level, if you can cordially talk to one another, if you can be in each other's presence without it irritating and annoying you, you are in a good relationship, my sweetheart. And our job, each one of us, is to go and make sure that every single family member of ours, we have a cordial, good relationship. What is a good relationship? If it is not a bad relationship, it is a good relationship. Okay? Too many of us want more from our family relationships, and I feel like somewhere in wanting more, we are not even able to maintain the basic. The basic is absolutely essential. What is on top? With some people in your family, you will gel. You'll see a natural nurturing happening. And in some people, it will just be a superficial cover. That's also very good. In trying to fix that superficial cover to become real, sometimes you'll end up removing the superficial cover, and that's very bad. So I really hope you're able to differentiate with which people in your family you want a real relationship, and with which people superficial cover is fabulous. Please don't remove it to make it real. You will get into the sunken grave. Yeah? Can you repeat savers? Silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, scribing. Just Google it. It will take you 1 second. It all will come. Just put savers full form. Yamini Devagan. I keep seeing various angel numbers such as 1111, 3333, various multiples of 11 very frequently. I know these are good, but seeing them frequently is making me worried what to do, ma'am. So Yamini, the spiritual universe is all the time speaking with us, and we have to learn how to pick up the energy of the universe. And one of the ways the universe speaks to us is through numbers, okay? So I would love for you to know this, that anytime you see a number that is, what do you call it, connected in any way to you, like you notice a 555 or a 444 or a 111, 222, any of these numbers that you have started to see, they are called angel numbers, right? You yourself has written. What does angel numbers means? One of the angels, depending on whichever number you are seeing, is blessing you. So whatever you are doing at that point, I want you to treat that as a confirmation from the universe that you are on track. Got it? So whatever it is, a lot of times we operate in a place of doubt. You can use angel numbers in your life to remove all doubt. So whoever you are sitting with, if you see an angel number, just know this person is good for your energy. Whenever you are doing any activity and at that point, you are feeling like pata nahi ye chalega ki nahi chalega. If you see an angel number, know this activity is, you are on track with this activity. So start to connect angel numbers as building your belief and blessing in whatever you are doing, and removing the doubt and fear that we constantly have in life for wherever we are going. Okay? So don't get worried at all. There's nothing to worry. It is only to be treated like a blessing. So anytime you're seeing numbers, nothing to worry, only blessing. Got it? Yes, for all of you who are waiting for Sisterverse to start, Awakening for the Sisterverse people starts on the 1st of July, which means next this coming month, we are going to start awakening program for you, and the sister verse actually starts only on 1st January. So if you haven't heard from us anything about sister verse, it's because it's good 6 months away. Okay, so sister verse starts on 1st of January, but the awakening program for the sister verse is starting on 1st of July. So I'll take you on a 6 months journey before sister verse starts. Once sister verse starts, please get ready. It's going to be one of the most fabulous experiences of your life. Yeah. Urmil Utkarsh. Puja, my mother is suffering from bone TB. She's in a very painful condition. Kindly guide me how I can help her to use the power of the subconscious mind concept. This is for all of us whose parents are suffering with any ailment. Okay. I think that one of the things we have to train our parents to do is to not get into victim or sympathy. The older they get, the more the chances that they will want that attention. And sickness is one of the ways our soul looks for attention. Okay, so she has to now create a mindset where she has to start to believe that she is in charge of her bone TB, and that there are going to be good days and there are going to be bad days, but her job is to make sure that her good days she enjoys herself and talks more about, and her bad days she reduces the conversation. Okay, the more in the victim, like I remember at one point, my eyes allergy, my nose allergy had become very heightened. So I'd gone to this healer who I go to, and my healer said one thing. She said, Puja, for 1 month, I want you to not speak about your allergies. Whoever you meet, whatever you talk, I want you to just put it away. You deal with it, but I don't want you to have conversation over it. Because the more you are conversing, the more vibrationally you are falling. So for some time, if you really want to help your mother, I'll tell your mother what are the things that she can speak about. If she's in pain, of course she needs to tell someone. If there's an emergency, of course she needs to tell someone. But who she's talking to, if they can't help her, then I don't want her to create a victim story for the people. Like let's say her sister came and she explains for 30 minutes of how much pain she's in. Her sister can't do anything for her. She's not a doctor. She's not the daughter. She's not going to take her to the doctor. So what's happening is, for some time, especially around illness, we should stop speaking about it to the people who can't do anything for us. We can only speak to the people who can do something. To the people who can't do something, you just have to smile and talk about the things you're grateful for. So what can she speak to her sister? I'm so grateful that, my son or daughter is looking after me so well. I'm so grateful that my doctor बहुत अच्छा निकल आया. He doesn't even keep me waiting. एक call करो सुन लेता है. Everything that is good. And the more you live in gratitude, the more healing automatically happens. So shifting her energy from a negative space to healing, and healing through gratitude is the biggest help you can give her. Is it easy to do? Absolutely not. So what I'm telling you to do, I don't want you to spoil your relationship with your mother in the process of trying to thopify this concept on her. You have to do it very, very gently. Very, very gently you have to explain to her that, Mom, your subconscious is listening to you and making whatever you are saying true, your truth for tomorrow or your reality for tomorrow. You start to say, I'm feeling better, I'll become fine, I know this is going to be troublesome, but I will manage it. Your conversation, your vocabulary will change your reality. You keep saying, मेरा तो बेड़ा गर्व हो गया, ये मेरे को क्यों भगवान ने दिया, मेरी वैसे ही किस्मत फूटी हुई है. You keep saying sentences like that, you're going to bring that energy into your life. So just helping her becoming positive through such a negative situation is going to be the hard part. But if she's able to do it, it will really help her. I mean, I know of people who've been able to cure ailments that doctor had completely given up on just through deep gratitude and new conversations with self. Instead of moving into pity party, you literally move into that, I am strong, I will do it. I am strong, I am powerful. So for all of us who are suffering in health, not easy, but very worth doing. Liliana 29. Puja ma'am, I'll be staying at a hostel. I'm worried about the environment and surroundings. How can I still focus on building myself, self-development? Also worried whether I would be able to live there. Liliana, I have no idea about this hostel, so I can't give you any advice as far as the hostel is concerned. Is this in college? Is this going to be in, what kind of a hostel it is? You'll have to go there and see. What I know is that a kamal actually blossoms in Kichad. Okay? So, you can have full Kichad around you and still you can blossom, Meri Jaan. I don't know why you're having to stay in this hostel, but let's say this is a mandatory thing. You have to do it for whatever you're trying to achieve, and there's no option of making it any better. For you yourself, you can make your bed better. You can make your bed cover better. You can keep everything clean. All of those little things in your environment, you enter a dormitory, you know which person is how just by looking at just their area, correct? So just make sure that you invite God to come and live with you in your hostel. And if God had to live with you in your bed, on your desk, how would you like God to receive everything? Start to pretend to be in that manner. Okay, so if you can do that, that will be absolutely fantastic. Having said that, if in case the hostel is not up to your expectations, just start to call yourself Lotus Lily. Okay, I know your name is Lily. Lily also grows in water only, no? So your name is only Lily. Okay, so then I would love for you to just know that no matter the environment, you're coming for Wednesday conversations, you buy books that will help you. Whatever you input eventually becomes your output. So if you want to protect yourself, every time a woman who's suffering in her household comes to me, I tell her, give yourself 700 days of working on yourself while you live in a house that's toxic. You have to learn to build a protection shield against the toxicity. Not all of us can get rid of the toxic people of our life, especially if they are our family. True or not? So I'd love for you to create that protection shield by having solid routines and rituals in your life, which means every morning wake up and make the bed. Every day have some sort of a prayer so that you can invite God. Make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do while you are there. Keep coming back for this Insta Live every Wednesday so that I can give you 1 week of courage and then you fall by Tuesday and then you come back again. Remember, none of us can be permanently on a high. Our highs and lows are like seasons. They are going to come and go, come and go, come and go. Our job is to keep returning to our high by doing the things that give us a high. Look for things that give you a high. For me, my swimming gives me a high. Every morning if I swim, I just feel a lot more grounded, a lot more connected with my spirituality. So for me, swimming is the same way as for a lot of people, prayer or mantras will be. You have to look for the things that ground you, the things that give you that power, the things that make you feel stronger in your personality. Okay? Good morning. Okay, I'm going to go right to the bottom to take all the new people's questions. Neetu Rathor, I got awakened and changed myself to a positive person, but I don't know. After 2 days, I again become the person that I was before. Please guide me how to awaken my goddess always. Neetu, just the way you stop brushing your teeth will become stinky and yellow. The same way, if you don't awaken your goddess every day, you cannot have her awakened full time. Which means it's a daily activity. I want you to treat it as a daily activity. What are the things you do towards awakening your goddess? Do you write your gratitude? Do you pray to her? Do you light a candle? You can come up with your own routines and rituals to wake her up. Do you pretend to be her? Do you merge her with you? All of these things will help you in. If you haven't done my awakening program, highly recommend it. If you've done my awakening program, go back and look at the sheets and see what are the things I had told you that you need to do on a daily basis for your goddess to be awakened. Okay? So every morning I give myself a word. What's that word that I'm going to live by today? Today's word is, let's say, kindness. No matter what my interaction with everybody is, I want to be kind. Today my word is disciplined. No matter what I do, I am going to remain in my discipline, in my family, in my routine, in my business, in my happiness, with my children. Discipline is the word for the day. Every single morning, wake up and as you awaken the goddess, give it a word. What is that word? Today I'm going to live in abundance. Today I'm going to live in cleanliness. give yourself a nice word and follow that word for the whole day. It will give you some sort of direction to keep your goddess awakened, okay? But it's a daily practice. You forget her for 5 days, you will forget her fully, okay? For all of you who are asking me what are angel numbers, simple. It is universe's way of having a conversation with you, and it always means a blessing. It's a positive thing. You want to go into the detail of what 1111 means versus 2222 versus 3333. There is a lot of science to it. You're more than welcome to go Google what is 1111. My suggestion is, if you don't want to become an expert on angel numbers, but you want to start to understand the signal of angel numbers, treat it like you are on track. Anytime you see an angel number, just know that your life is being blessed, that someone is watching over you. So all you need to do is look up and say thank you. Every time you see an angel number, just say thank you. That's all. Okay? If you're not a part of Sisterverse, you won't understand the whole 1st July thing, so just leave it. Okay? Oh my God, 700 days. You know, we think 700 days is a very long period in our life. Honestly speaking, 700 days is hardly anything in our life. Too many of us are too focused on shifting life in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. While the real truth is, if you really want to build anything great in your life, if you want to become extraordinary, start to have what they call delayed gratification in your personality. Don't look for validation and results too fast. Some of us literally go to the gym in the morning, fast in the day, and by the next day we want to lose weight. And if it's not, weight loss hasn't happened, we think it's not working. At least give it 90 days for it, the magic to start to work. At least give it a year for it to become a habit, and at least give it 2. I remember Brian Tracy telling me when I was starting my business, these were his exact words. He said, Pooja, 2 years you'll have to put money into your business. Then 2 years you will actually take out the money you had put for the first 2 years. And it's only in your 5th year that you will actually start to make money in business, okay? Now, when I heard that at that point, I said, you mean for the next 4 years I'm working without money? And he said, that is why 90% of all businesses shut in the first year. Because people don't understand that business is a long-term game. Parenting is a long-term game. Marriage is a long-term game. We want things happening instantly. Instant personalities. Please read about the marshmallow test. What is the marshmallow test? The psychologists did this test where they put marshmallows in front of children when they were in kindergarten and told them that they are going away out of the room for 5 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever, but not to touch the marshmallow, but when they come back, they can eat up all the marshmallows. And all the children who landed up eating the marshmallow versus the children who didn't eat the marshmallow, eventually they could connect success with the ones who had the patience to wait for the teacher to come back. So a lot of us here want instant results. Anybody who wants instant results will live life very uncertain, because things will come and go at the same speed, because you don't have the capacity to build life. My suggestion is, start to look at everything in your life as a 60-day project, 90-day project, 300-day project, 700-day project. I want you to start to look at life as projects with big time periods, okay? About a couple of years ago, I remember saying, I want this much money in my bank account, or I want to buy a property, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. And all of the things that I had put down were 2 years away, 3 years away. I would have had to collect things for me to be able to make that happen. That's the only way to operate in life if you want the big things. Like my 50th birthday is coming. I have a very clear, actually my 50th birthday is not coming. It's good 7 years away. But I know on my 50th birthday, I have a goal called 50-50-50. I don't want to explain it here, but I just want you to know the fact that I have clarity on where I'm going to be 7 years from now is helping me walk that path. For most people, if I ask them next year or next 2 years what you're doing, they won't know. If you really want to become a life designer, if you really want to be able to design your life, stop looking at the short time periods of your life to achieve anything, and start looking at where do I want to be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, and it's actually 2 years in case it's a big goal. Any big goal needs about 700 days of nurturing. Just the way you can't have a baby in 6 months, no matter how magically competent you are, no matter how amazing your intimacy level is or how amazing your partner is, you cannot have a baby in 6 months. The same way, extraordinary goals need 700 days of nurturing. You cannot rush extraordinary things, okay? For all of you who have joined Sisterverse, can you just put everything on hold for now? You don't need to know anything. We will send out a mail next week telling you what all is the plan. Okay? So just put it on hold for now. If you didn't understand, this is not the place for me to go into the details of Sisterverse. Allow me to invite you for an orientation. So in the next 2 weeks, I will plan an orientation where I will give you the complete path of what we are going to be doing together the next 6 months and what starts from 1st January. Okay? So don't worry at all. So for those of you who are in Sisterverse, take that conversation and put it on the side for now. I will get in touch with all of you. Okay? Not to worry at all. We have almost 1,300 of you in waiting. I'm not going to simply leave you waiting. You are very, very important to me. You are literally my tribe. So it's all coming, the information to you. Okay, Miri Jan? Let's go right to the bottom. What is Sisterverse? If you are already a part of my tribe, there is something that I'm launching within my tribe which is called Sisterverse, where we are creating a village of women who would like to come in to belong to one another, work on their own personalities, as well as, be there for each other and go very, very deep in self-development. That's basically Sisterverse. Sisterverse is the antidote to loneliness. So if you are ever feeling empty, lonely, don't have the right set of friends or the kind of family that supports you, and you're feeling like I want an extension of support and cheerleaders in my life to be able to achieve the things I want to achieve, that's the whole purpose of why we are creating Sisterverse, to go on a healing journey with the help of other sisters. If you want to join the Sisterverse, all you need to do is come for my masterclass, okay? My masterclass is happening today evening, 3 to 6. I'll be there, so you're more than welcome to come for it in case you'd like to join the Sisterverse. So what you'll end up joining there is called Awakening. When you join Awakening, you'll automatically be led to Sisterverse, okay? So if you want, what I'll do is in my Insta live today, after I finish, I will share the link of my today's masterclass and you're more than welcome to come. Oh, so sweet. So many of you like, we'd love to join. That's so encouraging. It actually starts only 1st January. This right now, I'm only opening it up for the people who've already been a part of my tribe for 1, 2, 3 years. So if you are not a part of it right now and you don't know anything about Sisterverse, don't worry about it at all. It's all coming to you in January. Okay, in January is the official launch. 7th January actually. Awesome. Sparkling Soul Heals is asking how to work hard on a project where chances of success is less than 1%. So Sparkling Soul Heals, the more evolved you are in terms of your imagination and visualization, the more you will work on projects that have less success. So normal people need at least a 50% guarantee that something will work for them to work on it, right? You know what sets Elon Musk apart from the world? He says, I literally work on things that are almost as close to impossible. Currently, he's thinking of how to set up a community on Mars. Okay, now, is that even going to be possible? Will that ever turn a reality? Will that turn a reality in his lifetime? He doesn't know, but he's working at it. the people who invented the aeroplane had no idea whether it will work. I think they almost fell, they say almost over 500 times the plane they tried and it fell, tried and fell. The chances of their success was so little that most people didn't even care what they were doing. They thought they are mad. Correct? So anytime you are working on a project that does not show any chances of success, you have no idea, you have to start to tell yourself that, you know what, I am not here to make sure that we have the ultimate result in this project. You have to just say, can we get closer to this becoming a reality? Okay, so it may not work out or it may work out, but you are closer than what you were earlier. So let's say you're working on a project for your boss in your business or in your job or as an employee. Next year, if they had to have the same conversation with this company, will they have a lot more details? Even though I know this time we won't be able to close, but can we make networking contacts? Can we make sure we understand what it is that they need so that the next year when we make the same presentation, we come a lot more prepared? So just remember, anything that doesn't give you results at that point is actually preparing you for the future for you to become marvelous at it. You know, there was a time in my journey in my work where everything that I had launched had started to fail. And because that entire funnel was failing, on the side as a backup, I created another funnel. And then for some time, I ran that funnel and that funnel started to fail. And then what I did was I married both my funnels and launched it in the correct pieces of the puzzle in the right manner, the step-by-step manner that ideally it should have been. And the minute I did that, all of my funnels started to give me money and started to work. Now for a lot of people, when I look back, they will say, oh Puja, you failed here, that is why you started this. No, or you failed here, that is why you started that. No. In my journey, you know what I know what God did with me was, He said, first you create all of this material, Puja. Then I'll make you fail in it so that you create the material that is missing in this portion. Then when you marry these two, you will become super successful. But there's no way you will make the material for the other funnel if I don't fail you in the funnel that you are currently in. So actually all the while that God was blessing me, I kept calling it failing. अरे मेरा ये भी फेल हो रहा है, अरे मेरा वो भी फेल हो रहा है. Today I know that all of those failures have come together to make me a success. And now what I've really understood about life is failure to failure to failure to failure is actually called success. If you actually look at people's, when Elon Musk launched his first rocket, it blasted. It didn't even take off. The second one may have blasted in the air. The third one may have blasted after reaching outside of the atmosphere. And while everyone will perceive that as failure, he's feeling he's getting closer and closer to his goal. So for him, each of those rocket blasts were actually success. How you look at life is up to you. What if you are looking at that 1% and you start to say, this is just me getting closer to my success. It is not giving any guarantee of success. So see if you can create a new mindset around that. Yeah. January 7th, any special day? No, my lucky number is 7 because I'm born on 7th May. So 7th January. New Year. Everybody is very excited about resolutions and new life and wanting to create. So I don't know, somehow 7th January has just been pulling me. So whenever somebody's asking me when is the launch, I'm just saying 7th January. I haven't done any research on good day, good time, good nothing. So it's just something that's come to me. So I'm saying it. If you've already done awakening, you don't need to attend today's masterclass, okay? You're already a part of my tribe. When Sisterverse opens up, it'll automatically open up for you. Just get in touch with Gunjan. Her number is 7823988142. 7823988142. Call her up, and if you're already a part of awakening, you don't have to worry. She'll tell you how you can get into Sisterverse. Vaishnav, can I do law of attraction for my husband's job instead of him? You can bless him. You cannot manifest for him. His energy only can manifest his job. Even if you are able to manifest for him, it won't get sustained if his energy is not in alignment with his job. Okay, so people we love, we can only bless. Our children, our spouse, our parents, we can only pray for sending them the good karma that may things work out for them. So for people around you, you pray. For yourself, you use law of attraction to manifest. Okay. Love you, Puja. Every Wednesday you motivate us and guide us. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Jyoti. God bless you. How to improve visualization the way it used to be in childhood. Lovely, the more we practice, the more improved it gets. It's just about using all of your 5 senses. So you want to become brilliant at visualization, I want you to sit with using all of your 5 senses. That means when you're imagining the picture of your future, I want you to look at what are you smelling? How is the wind on your, or the air on your skin? Can you feel the warmth of the sun rays? Okay, what can you see? What can you hear? Can you hear the birds chirping? Okay, what can you taste in your mouth? If you can use all of your senses, if the taste wala is not relevant, then you can leave it out. But try to use all of the 5 senses. The more you can create the picture using all of the 5 senses, the more stronger your visualization will be. Okay, so if you're imagining, let's say, a house that you want to buy, imagine yourself sitting in the garden. Imagine yourself smelling the smell of rain on that गीली मिट्टी की एक smell नहीं होती. Imagine yourself sipping that tea and feel the sweetness in your mouth. You know, imagine yourself listening to your children playing in the garden or in the park nearby. Imagine every single detail. Remember, making the movie takes time, playing the movie doesn't. What do I mean when I say that? If you had to watch a movie, how much time does watching a movie take us? 2-3 hours maximum, depending on how long the movie is. But how much time did they take in creating the movie? A lot of time, correct? 2 years maybe. Same way, in creating your entire visualization, if you spend a lot of time in the detailing, then when you start to watch it every day, remember, watching the movie doesn't take us time. It's only creating the movie that takes us time. Okay? So I hope that's helpful. Darshita, hi, I'm at crossroads having trouble in my marriage. Should I first set up my career and become financially independent, or should I first concentrate on my marriage? It all depends where in your marriage, what is the missing piece, okay? If the marriage you've tried doing everything in but it hasn't worked out, then spending time on building yourself up financially because you've lost hope there is a good idea. If you start to go on a financial journey and the marriage is already weak and it can break in the process of you not giving it any nurturing, then, so I don't know if I have the right answer for you, darling. It all depends on where you are sitting. A lot of times marriages are like rubber band, where they, even if they get a little stretched while we are doing what we are doing, it's fine, because that financial independence will give you the power or the strength to come back and deal with the marriage that you're having, right? But a lot of times if we neglect what is already weak, it can break. And you know what? When something breaks, then all of the success of our life has no meaning, because we were not able to have the person to share all of the success with. So this is too... my answers normally, especially in Insta Live, must cater to every situation, and I don't know your situation enough. Okay? Sneha, is there a specific tipping concept for domestic staff to keep them motivated and excited for the job? Sneha, I tend to do that. So in my head, anytime I see any of my staff members going the extra mile, my tipping is actually got very little to do with money and everything to do with appreciation. So I will tip them, whether it is 50, 100 rupees or sometimes even 500 rupees, depending on how appreciated I want them to feel on that particular thing. If somebody goes out of their way, I want them to know that this attitude and action, I want it repeated again. Anything that I want repeated must get rewarded. Remember, their salary is understood they are going to get whether they are lazy or they are active. So salary never motivates anybody. So apart from salary, what else do you do? Does it need to be in money? Tipping, not necessary. It can just sometimes be in words. It can be in holidays. It can be in you paying for their going and coming to their village. You can come up with bonuses. You can come up with all sorts of ways to make them feel valued. But once you know you value a staff, make sure that, like for me in my house, anytime my cook makes something yummier than usual, if the biryani was too tasty, I'll just call him, give him a small tip and just let him know, agli baar biryani aise hi banana, you know. Or if I throw a party and I know they've stayed awake till 12 o'clock while usually they sleep at 10, I'll make sure I tip them. So I feel like tipping keeps your staff motivated and valued. And remember, every soul wants to be seen. Okay, so if by tipping, what one of the things we tell them is that the invisibility of the staff of our house. In India especially, the way we treat our staff is they are supposed to be the invisible people of our house, right? Their soul gets no acknowledgement. When we tip them, we acknowledge the soul. What feeds the soul? A happier cook, a happier boy, a happier girl in your house will make the whole house energy nice, right? So anybody who's working for you should have a nice feeling towards you. If you can make that happen, remember, we become the average of the 5 people we spend time with, and definitely our staff is one of those people that we'll end up spending a lot of time with, whether they are visible or invisible to us. Correct or no? So you want them energetically to be always sending us blessings and not curses. So see how you can use all of this for ensuring that your staff feels seen and feels valued. Ranjana, I am here to hear you because I love your positive talk. That's so sweet. Thank you. You are looking like a cat. These eyes are so beautiful. That's actually the name of the filter is Fox Eyes. So thank you for noticing. Hina Karishma, what can we do if all you are doing is not what you actually want to do, but have to do it as your responsibility? You know what? We have to divide our life into things that we have to do and things that we would love to do. And the things that we have to do eventually should be things that we should be able to delegate in our life. In the beginning, maybe they are not delegatable, but we have to come up with ways that we are able to delegate it so that we can do the things that we love to do. And while you are having to do them, better to just use words like I choose to, because it makes you feel a little more in control. So if you have to look after the sick grandmother of your house, then better you say I choose to, at least I get blessed by her. You know, anything that I have to do, I like to use the word choose to. It just helps me build a better relationship with that particular thing, or I feel very pressured or negative about it, right? Having said that, today I have to do something, but I shouldn't have to do it 6 months from now. That is something where I want you to start to look for what is the solution. Can I hire a nurse? Like, I remember the first 15,000 rupees that I made, I didn't make for myself. I made it for being able to hire an extra staff in my house, because I needed to get myself free from running the house. Whatever my responsibilities were, maybe it was picking up the children from school. At least that 1 hour extra I could get at work, if she could go pick up the children from school, and by the time they came, I had the lunch ready to serve for them, right? So you have to start to look at, okay, today if I have to do it, I will do it. For the next 3 months, I'm willing to do it. But after that, I don't want to do it. So once you have a hope that I don't have to do it forever, then it just starts to become easier to do it now. So come up with a way where you can start to look at how can I delegate this cleverly, okay? Just needed to hear this, Pooja. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetheart. Ma'am, I failed my NEET exam and I'm blank now. You know, Ignit, I was 3 years old when I wanted to become a lawyer. And till the age of 18, I wanted to be a lawyer. I applied in all of the law schools. I got into the Pune Law School. My parents were not interested in sending me. I did not get into the Bangalore Law School where they wanted to send me. So there was suddenly 12, 14 years of ambition and dream that crashed in front of me, and I literally had to, I think one of the reasons I got married so young at the age of 18 was that I was so lost. And whenever in life you become lost, you become other people's agenda. And whatever then other people want you to do, you land up doing because you don't have clarity on where you want to go. And you land up wasting a couple of years till you're able to find what it is that you want to do. So I'm not here giving you a solution. I'm just telling you, you may land up walking the path of what other people want you to do, darling, for the simple reason that you don't know where you want to go. So having a plan B, I wish I had at some point accepted my reality that if I don't get through the Bangalore Law School, National Law School, I think it's called NLS or something, what am I going to do? Had I had a plan B, I have a feeling that life would have worked out very differently for me, you know. So see if you can now at least create a plan B. 90% of our life, we don't get to live our first option. Whether it is in marriage or it is in career or it is in studies or it is in 90% of our life is actually our second options. Learning to do the best we can with our second option is, yes, of course, I would have loved to have had a college degree. I would have loved to have gone abroad to study. I would have loved to have joined the corporate ladder in America. I would have loved to have, that didn't happen in my life. What happened now, the cards that were dealt to me, I have to make the best of that. I would have loved to have been taller, prettier, stronger, smarter, richer. Of course, all of us, we would love, our first option is our fantasy. We have to get out of our fantasy, look at the reality. What is the reality? You failed the NEET exam. How many people have failed the NEET exam? More people have failed the NEET exam than people who have passed. So, darling, your reality is this. Now, what are you going to do about it is going to decide your whole life. So, feeling blank or lost, okay, take a couple of days to get over the loss of not getting your first options of life. Now, what are you going to do with the second option? If you don't have a second option, remember, someone else will end up deciding your life and then you'll have more regret than what you have today also. Correct or no? So, at least control the amount of regret. Regret this, but don't add more regret. Make sure you deviate and start to take whatever that second channel of life that can. I didn't get through NEET, maybe I can give this exam. I didn't get this, at least I can get into this college. Maybe I can at least try that. Do whatever, but take control back in your life. Otherwise, especially for students, I say this, when they don't get their first option, they literally sometimes sabotage their own whole life journey. So be careful around that. Okay, Meri Jaan? Okay, it's 11 o'clock, so I am going to run. Let me see if I have the winners of last week and then I will, 1 second. Woohoo! We had 24 of you participate in last week's challenge where you shared the story, shared the takeaway and tagged me. So thank you to all 24 of you. And the winners of this week are Uma_Basu7, Vinti.Sharma03 and Lokita Thakrar. Lokita_Thakrar. Massive congratulations to all three of you. Get ready to receive my book, Unlocking the Golden Cage, which is not available anywhere but through the prize of taking part in this challenge. So, God bless you and thank you for coming, all of you. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Ciao. I'll see you next week.